The studio lights in the Capitol Hill broadcasting room were blinding, but they couldn't cut through the sudden, suffocating tension. It was 3:15 p.m., and the entire nation was watching live. Across millions of screens, families sat in their living rooms, diners fell silent, and people stopped in their tracks. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries sat opposite a news anchor, a bead of sweat forming on his forehead. The question hung in the air, heavy and inescapable. "Congressman Jeffries," the anchor pressed, leaning forward. "The American people are terrified. I need a simple yes or no. Do you support abolishing ICE?" A silence stretched a hesitation that felt like a lifetime. Jeffries shifted in his seat, his eyes darting away from the camera. Instead of a direct answer, he tried to change the subject, using big political words to avoid giving a straight response. He refused to defend the brave men and women guarding the nation's borders. To the millions watching, it wasn't just a political trick, it felt like an abandonment of their safety. 1,000 miles away, inside the secure command center of Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump, 45th and 47th President of the United States, was watching the exact same screen. He stood tall, arms crossed, his eyes locked on the television. The room around him was busy with aides and ringing phones, but in that moment, time seemed to stop for him. "He won't answer," President Trump murmured, his voice vibrating with the quiet intensity of a man who truly loves his country. He turned to his team, his expression hardening into pure determination. He won't protect them. It wasn't political for Trump, it was personal. He felt the weight of the fear in the country on his shoulders. "Give me a live feed," Trump ordered, his voice echoing through the room. "Right now. The American people need to know someone is fighting for them." It was 3:25 p.m., just 10 minutes after the interview ended. Inside a private room in Washington, Hakeem Jeffries' aides were staring at their phones in panic. The video of Jeffries stumbling over his words was going viral. But worse than the political drama was the deep, quiet pain spreading across the nation. In a small town near the Texas border, a young mother named Elena sat on her worn couch, hugging her 6-year-old son, Leo. Tears streamed silently down her face. Only 6 months ago, Elena had lost her husband, a brave local law enforcement officer. As Elena watched the news, hearing a leader in Washington hesitate to support the officers, risk everything, her heart shattered all over again. "Mama, why are you crying?" little Leo asked, wiping a tear from her cheek. "Because, sweetie," Elena whispered, "it feels like the people making the rules have forgotten about us." Millions of everyday families felt that same deep sadness. Then, at 3:30 p.m., the television screens shifted. Donald Trump stepped up to a microphone at Mar-a-Lago. He didn't read from a cold script. He looked directly into the camera with eyes full of deep, protective compassion. "My fellow Americans," President Trump began, his voice soft yet incredibly strong. "Just a few moments ago, you saw a leader hesitate when asked if he would protect your home and your children." Millions of viewers held their breath. To the mothers who locked their doors at night afraid, to the brave officers of ICE who say goodbye to their children each morning, not knowing if they'll come home, "I see you," Trump continued. "I hear you, and as long as I am standing, you will never be forgotten." In Texas, Elena gasped, pulling Leo tighter. Fresh tears spilled from her eyes, but this time, they were tears of hope. It was 3:35 p.m. A heavy silence fell over the Mar-a-Lago press room as a staffer rushed onto the stage and handed President Trump an urgent, folded note. Millions of viewers watched his eyes scan the handwritten words. For a brief second, the strong leader's face showed deep sorrow before turning back into unbreakable determination. "I just received a message," President Trump said, his voice trembling slightly with raw emotion. "Right now, as we speak, an ICE agent named Marcus is standing duty on our southern border. His wife, Maria, is sitting at home with their 8-year-old daughter, Sophia. Sophia just asked her mother if her daddy was a bad person because of what politicians on TV were saying." In a small home in Arizona, Maria stared at her TV in total shock. Tears streamed uncontrollably down her cheeks as she held her daughter's hand. President Trump was talking about her family. "I want to tell little Sophia something right now," President Trump said, staring directly into the lens with tears shining in his own eyes. "Your daddy is a hero, Sophia. He puts on a badge every morning so other little boys and girls can sleep safely. America loves your daddy." Sophia looked up, her big brown eyes wide. "Mama," the president said, "Daddy is a hero," she cried, hugging her mother's neck. Maria wept aloud, tears of sheer gratitude. The 45th and 47th president was shielding their family's honor before the entire world. Back in Washington at 3:40 p.m., Hakeem Jeffries' office was in chaos. Thousands of calls were pouring in from crying citizens begging them to listen. The hesitation in his interview, had accidentally united millions of heartbroken Americans. By 3:50 p.m., the emotional wave of President Trump's words was washing over the country. In a quiet neighborhood in Ohio, an elderly grandmother named Rosa sat in her rocking chair, holding a small American flag. She had immigrated legally 40 years ago, waiting in line and obeying every rule. Tears flowed down her wrinkled cheeks as she watched Trump speak. Seeing President Trump stand up so fiercely for law, order, and fairness made her feel respected. He understands, Rosa sobbed softly to her grandson. He really cares about us. Across the nation, millions shared that exact feeling. President Trump wasn't speaking like a politician. He was speaking like a father defending his home. He spoke about real families and real tears. Back at the microphone at 3:55 p.m., President Trump raised his hand to quiet the cheering room. The atmosphere was electric. When a nation loses its borders, it loses its heart, Trump said, his voice ringing out with immense love for the country. As long as I have breath in my body, I will fight for the brave men and women who protect our families. I will never let anyone tear down the heroes who keep us safe. In Washington, Hakeem Jeffries stared at the muted TV screen, showing Donald Trump's confident, caring face. He realized this wasn't just a political debate anymore. This was a moral moment for the entire nation, and the American people had chosen their champion. It was 4:05 p.m. The entire nation watched as President Donald Trump stepped closer to the microphone for his final words. His eyes were filled with profound warmth. "Hakeem," President Trump said softly, "this is not about politics. It's about little Sophia. It's about Elena and her sweet boy Leo. It's about millions of good, hard-working parents who just want to know that their children are safe when they go to sleep." 1,000 miles away on the dusty border, ICE agent Marcus paused for a quick break inside his truck. His phone buzzed with a video call from his wife. When he answered, he saw his daughter Sophia grinning from ear to ear, holding up a drawing of a badge with a red heart. "Daddy," Sophia cheered. "The president said you're our hero." Warm tears welled up in the tough lawman's eyes, rolling down his dusty cheeks. For months, he had felt invisible. In just 1 hour, President Trump had given him his pride back. Back on live TV at 4:15 p.m., President Trump delivered his final promise. To every family listening, Trump said, placing his hand over his heart, "I give you my sacred word. You are never alone. I will never stop fighting for your safety. God bless our brave law enforcement, and God bless the United States of America." People in living rooms, diners, and police stations across the country cried tears of joy and relief, knowing that America finally had a leader who loved them unconditionally. Viewers, we need your voice right now. If this powerful story touched your heart, if you shed a tear for little Sophia, Officer Marcus, and the millions of brave families protecting our borders who need you to take action right this second. Like this video right now to stand up for our law enforcement heroes and show the world that we back the blue. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Don't let the mainstream media silence these emotional, real-life stories. Join our growing family today. Drop a comment below. Type hero in the comments right now to send your prayers and support to President Trump and our brave border agents. Tell us, how did President Trump's message make you feel today? Let's flood the comment section with love, unity, and support. Click like, subscribe, and drop your comment below right now.